Hi everyone, good to see you. Thanks for coming around. Today I want to talk about how much I love Nintendo. Nintendo is the coolest. Nintendo has the games that I want. Nintendo is the best. I love Nintendo. I want to share some cool stuff with you. I hope you'll stick around, and I'm going to share some of my favorite stuff about Nintendo with you. Now, some of my friends at school play Master System. Man, I don't even know what that's about, but you know, I've played a little bit of Sonic on the Genesis. Yeah, Sonic is cool, man, but Genesis, you know, whatever. But the Nintendo is where it's at. So this whole video is just going to be about, whoa, all the coolest things. I'm going to share some of the stuff that I like. All of my videos are just going to be talking about Nintendo from now on. I'm mostly just going to talk about how cool Nintendo is, and I love Nintendo. Nintendo is the best. All right. So here's where we're going to get started is what I like about Nintendo is the shape. This is a cool shape. This feels like this awesome, powerful, like, oh man, it kind of has the colors of like a ship from Star Wars, like one of their Star Destroyers. It's got this cool, look at this grill here, these air vents. These are cool. You know what's so cool is you can fit a penny right into there. This is the perfect, look, if you flip that upside down, a penny fits right in there. You can slot that in there like an arcade machine. What I love is that when this is sitting upright, it's basically like an arcade machine slot. You know what? You could even fit a quarter in there. So I love that homage to the arcade machine. Totally awesome. Very rad. It's got two control slots. What I really like is that it's labeled 1 and 2. I'm so jazzed about that. That way I know which one's number 1 and which one's number 2. The buttons, oh, there's like a click when you press the power button. Now, what I really like, normally when you turn this bad boy on, there's like a light and then it stays on. But if you're lucky, sometimes it'll just keep flashing, and then that's kind of fun when it's just flashing. So that's pretty neat, but that's not all the time. That's only sometimes. What's really cool is that this is like a VCR deck, right? Now, Japan didn't have this version, though it feels like a VCR deck, so they missed out, but this is so cool, right? It's like a VHS tape, and I love VHS tapes. You can just, oh, it like clips in a little bit. It's got this cool little creak to it. I like that. That's cool. That's so cool. What I also really like is this little spot here. It's got these ridges so that you know where to put your grubby little Cheeto mittens. You can put you can push that in right there. And then there's also some light, you know, there's a ridge on there to help you pull that out. So if your mittens are covered in Cheeto dust, the label can be a little bit slippery, especially since it's tapered here. If you have a look at the cartridge here, it is tapered. So Cheeto dust doesn't interact well. So the ridge here does actually help you get a grip on the console. Totally rad. I really like that. So this is so cool. I love this color scheme and everything. I love that you can switch between channel and switch. If you have a look at the back there, this is one of my favorite features. You can toggle this. Oh my God, this is why I love Nintendo so much. This is, oh God, that's so cool. A lot of consoles don't even have that. There's this cool bit at the bottom here. Uh-oh. Wow, that's really fragile. That really just shattered. Huh. Well, what I like is that there's like a DIY aspect to this console, and that, you know, over time the fragile gets plastic, or the plastic gets fragile, but you can like glue that. You can glue that back on later on and you can fix it. So being able to interact and do DIY stuff is really cool. You know, there is this plastic thing here, so removing that doesn't really do anything, but this is, look, this is so cool. I love these little rubber footy pads. These are nice. These are fun here. These are cool. And what is also really neat are the controllers. This thing is, oh, wow. You know what I like is geometry. This thing, perfect rectangle. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. I like that this little pattern here, you know, it matches the little ridges on the top here. So it's visually, thematically coherent. Looks really cool. I just really like this. And the buttons are bright red. So if you have a hard time telling where the buttons are on the controller, you'll always know. What about Sega? Huh? What's Sega doing? Black controller, black buttons? How am I going to tell where the buttons are on that thing? So poor choice of colors, but this thing, whew, you're always going to know where your buttons are. Nice, you even have that nice bright highlight on the D-pad there. I just need a quick second here. Oop. So anyway, my Nintendo came with this thing, control deck. Whoa, sick. It's like a whole book. You could take this on a camping trip and read this when you don't have your Nintendo with you. This is rad. There's like a telephone number I can call. It says use Mattel version PAL system game pack cartridges. I don't know if all your cartridges need to be Mattel version. I don't know about that. Look at all these cool pictures. These are sick. Now, what you can do as well, they don't say this, but you can actually take crayons and color these in if you want. Totally sick. This is radical. There's instructions. Yeah, there's like care. Here's a whole blank page. This one's just for you to draw on. This one's really cool. There's like, this is half a page, but that's a whole page for you to just draw on as well. Really sick. I'm going to share with you my favorite controller. The Power Glove. Yeah. This thing is sick. So I usually keep this thing in the box. I don't want to sort of, you know, I don't want to mess it up. It's in very good condition. Look, there's like a whole more coloring books. I love the coloring books for all of these. This is so cool. Have a look at that. This is, oh wow, it still smells brand new. This one's basically brand new. I don't want to use it that much. I don't want to ruin it. I have used it to play with friends, of course, if I need an advantage playing against my friends, because I like playing with power. But you just sort of undo this Velcro here. I want to be very careful with the material. Okay, and you fit your little Cheeto mittens in here, like that. Now these shoot out optical audio blasts. They shoot out sonic waves that destroy your foes. You have these buttons here, which are really, really nice. They're rubbery, pressable. They're not as good as this controller, though, because this you can tell which buttons are which very easily. This one, not so much. It's a little harder to tell what's what. There's a center button, which I think sort of calibrates that. So this thing, oh man, you're playing with power. Now, I believe there are, like, what do they call them in here? They're not potentiometers. There are sensors in here where basically it can tell if you're bending it, and then that counts as like a button press. What I love is that you can just use your fingers to play. You can just use your fingers to play games, and you're just using your hands. That's what's so different about this, is you get to use your hands to control the game. It's so cool. I want to be careful with the styrofoam here. You have the sensors as well. You got to sit this on your TV. It's a whole situation. Right now, my TV is way, way, way too big for these. There's LED lights on this thing as well. Well, not LEDs. Well, it's like a little light bulb. It'll let you know what input it's registering. You got to plug all these things in. My TV's way too big for this. I can't use this anymore. This is so cool. I love playing with power. I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. So, yeah, Sega doesn't have one of these. Sega drools. Sega sucks. Sega doesn't have power. That's all I'm saying. I know they have the little activator thing where it's this like a ritual circle that you sit in with the Sega, and then you move your little arms and your little legs around, and you're using motion controls to control your game. Lame. Sega's lame. Whatever. Nintendo's the coolest. Because I can use this motion control to play the game and control the game. So this is rad. I just love Nintendo because, look, here's one of the things as well that I really like is that the shape of the Nintendo, I can sit my juice box on the Nintendo, and then the juice box won't fall off because it's perfectly flat. You can't do that with Sega. Sega's consoles are all like rounded, and they look like they came out of Alien. It's like this H.R. Geiger inspired situation. You can't sit a jukebox on a Sega. That's all I'm saying. But you can fit multiple juice boxes here. You have your friends over, and you've all got your juice boxes, and they sit perfectly on top of the console. And that totally rad. I love that feature. I've never once had a juice box fall over while I've been playing Nintendo, but I can't say the same for Sega. Now, I've got this thing packed in here nicely already, so I want to make sure that closes. Uh-oh. How do I get this to fit in here? Oh, man, how do you pack this? How do you pack this in here? How do you make that go in here? Go in there. It's not gonna... Is that gonna close? Oh, hold on, my coloring books. I think I put the color... Do the coloring books go on top? This is sick. Okay, and I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at the Power Glove and hearing about why I love Nintendo so much and why I think Nintendo is just the absolute best, way better than Sega. I can't believe anyone would ever come along and do better than Nintendo for a little while. I found this cool thing at the shops the other day. Check this thing out. It's still in packaging. It's for the PlayStation. We could take a look at that another day. We'll look at that. Do you think they've clicked off the video yet? I don't think they get it. Hey guys. Okay. We can have a real talk now. I'm doing my best. I know people want this channel to be a place for positivity, for fun. I am hearing you guys, and I am doing my best. I am trying to keep this channel positive, and I do understand you guys are really bummed out when there's a lot of commenters that are just very mean-spirited and angry people. And so for you guys, I'll do my best, and that this is just a cool, positive place to hang out. So I will do my best. All right. Hang in there, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you.